Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co., and this is your final call to go ahead and purchase tickets to the Level Up Winter Retreat, February 2nd through 4th. Now, I'm going to go through a bunch of information over here, but I'm going to start as if you know nothing about this, just in case you know nothing about this. But if you don't already know, Level Up Retreat is an event that I host together with Level Up Events, and we already did a convention last year that was a great success, had a lot of fun with it, a lot of fun with a lot of people, but this year we're doing it again, February 2nd through 4th in Woodbridge, New Jersey. I will have all the information on the page. I'll have links to everything down below. I will try to keep this video short and to the point, but if you watch my channel enough, you know there's a chance this turns into a 25-minute video. I don't think so, but we'll find out. But effectively, it's going to be February 2nd through 4th, which means while there is not an official ticket cutoff date, at least not yet, just from a pure planning perspective, we're getting pretty tight, so if you haven't purchased tickets yet, you may want to consider doing so, well, as soon as you possibly can. Although I also will say that we also have a block with the hotel. We have a, if you want to purchase rooms to be able to stay in the same location, we do have a block of rooms with the hotel, and those are running very, very low, so those I recommend you go ahead and get very quickly. Those will be on the website. I'll be showing you some of the website shortly, but those will be on the website. There's a link to there to go ahead and get your tickets from the hotel through there at a slightly better rate. So if you want to go ahead and get that and stay where the games are being played, which I do recommend, that's where you might be running a little out of time as those potentially sell out. But past that, let's go into what the retreat is, all the things you can expect to see, the games, the people, the events, all of that stuff. Although, more importantly, or not necessarily more importantly, but also importantly, if you haven't purchased already, you can use the code ALEX2024 to get $10 off your standard badge. That's Alex, all caps, 2024, no spaces, Alex2024. I'll include it down below just in case, but to get $10 off your standard badge. But past that, the game is the retreat is primarily a playing games convention. That's what it is effectively. The goal here is to come, have fun, spend the time with either people you haven't met yet and are soon to be best friends with, or alternatively to come along with friends, loved ones, whoever, and to just have a good time playing games, enjoying the various things we do have going on. We have a few events, a few panels, a whole lot of games, a hot games room. We're going to have some degree of prototypes. We're going to have play-to-wins. We're going to have all of those things. We have a whole Warhammer tournament going on this year, some RPG things going on. We got a bunch of other things happening, but the primary focus effectively is coming to have a good time. This is not a exhibitor-focused convention, as you might expect from something like Origins, PAX Unplugged, or Gen Con. Rather, this is more of a playing games convention, more akin to Dice Tower West or BG Con, where the goal is to come, play games, learn new things, and just have a good time around others. Although it's worth noting, we do have some degree of exhibitors as well. So if you want that opportunity to browse fun things, to see what there is on offer, there's going to be some degree of that as well. There's also going to be an artist alley. Again, a bunch of things happening over here. But past that, let's go ahead and start going through these things one at a time, because otherwise I'm just going to ramble for, well, 23 more minutes. So to that end, we have a bunch of things. Let's go ahead and go to the website over here. So we have what can I do at Level Up? We have board games, role-playing games, tabletop miniatures. We've expanded heavily this year into the tabletop miniature community. We have a whole Warhammer tournament going on. We have a bunch of people from that community coming as well to the event. So there's going to be another aspect. One of the things we've tried doing at Level Up events over here with the Level Up Retreat is trying to slowly grow and iterate upon it each year. We don't want to, go from 0 to 60. You want to make sure you can run before you can walk. And so we've been tackling things one thing at a time as we slowly try to bring more and more to this retreat every year, as we try to expand the reach, who it's for, what we do, to make it more and more an offering that you can be excited to go to. To that end, one of the changes this year from last year is the hotel specifically. We specifically chose a location, like I said, in Woodbridge, New Jersey, but we specifically chose a location that is closer to airports. One of the complaints we got last year was a little hard to get to if you're flying in, so we chose an event that is a little closer to airports, an event that the hotel itself is cheaper, is more reasonably priced. As much as we try to keep our tickets within a range you can purchase, we know that you have to stay somewhere as well, and I'm a huge fan personally of staying at the hotel that whatever the convention event is at. It means you could show up at 11 o'clock at night and just walk down from your hotel room to go play a game instead of having to figure out every single time where you need to Uber or drive or whatever. So we specifically chose a hotel, a place that has better rates to make it a more affordable convention for you, even on the areas that don't have anything to do with us technically. I mean, you're not like we don't get any money off those tickets. If you buy a hotel ticket, it's just more about your convenience. We want to find something that's better for you. We have 13 days left, 13 days and 15 hours to go, and that's from when I'm filming this video, which means you have like a day or two less than that by the time you watch this video. So there is that. We can go ahead and get your badge over here, get your room. Like I said, you can go ahead and book your stay through this if you want to get access to our hotel block with the Marriott Hotel. So go ahead and check out that. We have our featured guests over here. Let's go ahead and scroll through here. We have a whole bunch of people over here, and I'm just going to rattle off a bunch of names. If you know them, you know them, and it's an opportunity to potentially see them, hang out, possibly play some games. It's also, if you don't know them, it's an opportunity to see them hang out and possibly play some games. We have Daniel Standring, we have Grant Lyon, myself, we have a Jason Headley, if you don't know Jason, by the way. And I will say, I'm a little bit mindful as I go through this that effectively this video is going to my audience, which means some of the people like Daniel Standring you might be more familiar with because she's more in that board game space. Someone like Jason you might not be as familiar with, but he's a fantastic creator, primarily on TikTok, who covers a lot of board games, covers a lot of books, but has been branching into the board game space. A fantastic individual. I've had the pleasure of meeting him, and he's an absolute delight. If you haven't checked out some of his socials, honestly, everyone here, or most of the people here, do have some degree of social presence. Not everyone, but they're all worth checking out for a variety of reasons. But Jason Headley, Chris George, Jenna Beasley, I'm not going to single out any more people because I realize if I single out people, then the people I don't single out might feel left out, but most of these people are fantastic people, and I already think that. But Chris George, Jenna Beasley, so we got Room and Board, The Board Game Garden, we have Jeff Kornberg from The Dragon's Tome, we have Meg Oak from, Professor Meg, and from Board Game Co. We have Tim Riel from Nerd and Correct, Board Game Dave from, Board Game Dave, Adam Singer from Shelf Clutter, Devin Norris from Devin Talks Tabletop, and Lucky Duck. I should note, I should remind myself later to start talking about some of the fantastic companies that have helped us out throughout the event, including Lucky Duck Games. We have Anthony, did I say Devin Norris from Level Up or Lucky Duck? Now I don't know what I said 2 minutes ago, so I'm having that flashback. We have Anthony and Francis from Antlab Games, Jonathan McKenzie from Terradice Games, Paula Deming from Things Get Dicey. We have Michael, I'm sorry Michael, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, so I'm not going to try, from 3WS Games, so he has a podcast as well, so a fantastic podcast if you want to check that out. But as well as that, I believe it's Room 42, I want to say it's Room 42, but I don't remember. I see the clips on YouTube, but he also runs 3WS Games. We have Jamie and Jeff from Foster the Meeple. We have Jeremy Howard from Man vs. Meeple. And we have a bunch of other less social presence people, but other important people in the space. From Harold Johnson from Dungeons & Dragons, Luke Hart from the DM Lair, Mark Rainhagen from Lost Lorn Games and the creator of Vampire the Masquerade, which is a big deal if you know about that. Carl Van Astron from Merchants, he's a game designer from Merchants Cove and a bunch of other games. Tavan Grossi from Addicts Games over here. We have Kelly Williams from game designer and GM at Gaxworks. We have John Hamborn McGuire from Action RPG and the co-host of the Vintage RPG podcast. Jerry Shepard from Professional Author, from Jerry Shepard Books. We have some tabletop wargaming people from Sean Pittman, Brittany Pittman, and Ross Cochio as well. So a large smorgasbord of fantastic people. But with that, we got some other things to go through. Let's go ahead and go back home over here on the page. So we have some of the events, the tournaments. We have our dubbed where is it? The No Games. No, I can't find you have the home gang over here, which is going to be our Warhammer tournament over here going on, so you can go ahead and check that out as well. If you are on tabletop events, there are a bunch of things you can go ahead and register over there, or you can do so at the convention as well. We'll also have over here our VIP badge. If you're not familiar with that, you can go ahead and get a VIP extra badge, and that effectively gives you access to a bunch of things listed on this page over here. We have a VIP snack area, a small change from last year based on hotel restrictions. We unfortunately do not have drinks in the snack area like we did last year. That's just based on the hotel rules, unfortunately, but we will still have the snack room in general. We're going to have our swag bag, our 2024 Level Up swag bag. We have the 2 free board games, so King of 12 and Kiri Eye the Duel, generously sponsored by Lucky Duck Games, are going to be there as well. Lots of other sponsors have helped us out with a bunch of things. We'll talk about that soon. We have our exclusive early access RPG adventure kit, the Lost Crypts. We have a t-shirt you can go ahead and get your hands on, a Board Game Co. coffee mug, a Level Up laser cut dice tower, a collector's enamel pin, foldable neoprene game mat, and 20% off various merch, as well as all those things in the Level Up VIP badge. So you get a bunch of those things over there. Past that, and I don't think we have anything else to show on the website itself. We got some other things you can go through over here, but I think we'll stop over there. But past that, as far as the hot games go, Hot Games, we have a bunch of things. Our library and Hot Games. Our library has nearly 1,000 games from a variety of sources from some of the things that have gone through my collection over the years, although to be very clear, just so on the same page, these are not the Board Game Co. rejects. Anything that I don't think is a good game, frankly, does not make it up to the Level Up Retreat library. Rather, good games that have gone through over the years make their way, but we also make sure to source other games from other things, because otherwise you wouldn't have a copy of Expeditions in the library, and I want you to have a copy of Expeditions in the library because it's a fantastic game. So we have a bunch of games from purchasing used games, from games that I've gone through here, from making sure that select hot games over the years are purchased and added to the Level Up Retreat library to make sure that there's something for everyone. We have close to 1,000 games, and again, that's a curated list of games, and we add to it every single year. Speaking of which, we have our Hot Games room, which this year, and it should be very clear, we have too many hot games for the amount of tables we have set up for the hot games, so there's going to be a rotating cast of games, but expect to see from this list, there's going to be some degree of rotation, so it may not be every single day, every single game, but you're going to see things like The White Castle from Devira Games, you're going to see things like Expeditions from Stonemaier Games, and it's worth knowing before we go through this list that many of these games are generously sponsored by the companies behind those games. Not all of them, some of them we made sure to purchase because we wanted you to have access to them, and if we couldn't get our hands on a copy, we couldn't get our hands hands on a copy, so we bought one instead. But many of these are from the companies behind them. So again, White Castle from Devir Games, Expeditions from Stonemaier Games, we have Planet Unknown, we have Terraforming Mars, the dice game, we have Moonraker's Titans, Evadel Farshore is going to be there, Lost Ruins of Arnak with all the expansions, including the newest one, the Missing Expedition, or is it the Lost Expedition? It's the Missing Expedition, I'm pretty sure it's the Missing Expedition. We have Scholars of the South Tigris is going to be there, we have Maple Valley from KTBG, Kutna Horror from CGE, we should have Cascadia and the Landmarks expansion, Trailblazers, and Zoo Vadis, both from Bitewing Games. We have Life of the Amazonia, Nucleum, World Wonders from Arcane Wonders, Dune Imperium Uprising, Unmatched Tales to Amaze from Restoration Games will be there, Distilled from Paverson Games. They have Luthier coming up as well soon on crowdfunding. We have Art Society, Sleeping Gods, Distant Skies, the Castle of Burgundy. Yes, this version of the Castle of Burgundy is going to be there set up. That one's probably going to be set up the whole time because frankly, it should be. It should be set up the whole time. We have Imperium Horizons going to be there. Fractured Sky, which is one of the first copies in the wild. I believe that one's only just starting to deliver. We should have Fractured Sky set up there as well as Voidfall from Mind Clash Games. Again, not every single one of these is going to be out at any given time. Some of them might be shifted based on how well those tables are doing, how popular the games are, but some degree of assortment of these games are going to be set up, ready to go. So effectively, just to give you a heads up, if you're going to level up a treat and you want to play some of these games, knowing that they're there, knowing that you have your rules prepped for them, that will make it easier for you to be able to jump down, sit down, and already know the rules for a game you want to table. Although the flip side is the tables don't have reservations and whatnot, so you might go ahead and learn expeditions, and then happens to be that table might be clogged the entire time you're there. So I want to set expeditions accordingly. If you know these games or want to learn these games, most of these, if not all of them, will be there. They should all be there. There's always things can happen in shipping and whatnot, but I believe nearly all of these games should be there and in rotation, but I also can't guarantee that you'll actually get a seat at the table at any given point. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But there'll be a lot of games, so there should be opportunities to do so. We'll also have our Play to Win in general, so that's going to be a whole catalog of games as well. That I don't have the full list for. Some of that's still being organized and set up, so I don't want to set incorrect expectations, but there'll be a large variety of Play to Win games set up, large variety of play-to-win games where you can go ahead and check out the game from the library, play the game, and then be entered to actually win the game. Last year we gave out around 60 games, including one lucky person walked home with a full copy of Oath's one as well. So some solid games will be there as well in our play-to-win area. So if you want to check out games that you have an opportunity to walk home with, possibly cover the price of your ticket or at least get partially there is that opportunity as well. But that's basically what we have for Level Up Retreat. Again, it will be February 2nd to 4th in Woodbridge, New Jersey at the, where's the list over here? At the Delta Hotels, Delta Hotels Marriott, Woodbridge, New Jersey, February 2nd through 4th. Use code ALEX2024, all caps, no spaces, to get $10 off a standard badge. And then past that, well, I hope to see you there. So that's basically it. That's your Level Up Retreat last call video. And this video wasn't 25 minutes, so go me, I guess. In any case, and until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I hope you have a good one.